In this video, I want to demonstrate creating a block from this project. This is a Sweetpea Spring Things quilt. These are the 4 blocks I am using for the project I'm creating. The project is going to have another row below this one with vinyl pockets for seeds. Then I will put a small border on the top and the bottom, but probably not the sides. I will include a picture of the finished project when it is complete. First, we're going to take our batting and stick it on here. I don't have very much embroidery bobbin thread, so I'm going to have to put a new one in very shortly, but I thought I'd use up what I have. I like to use a contrasting thread for the batting because we're going to take the hoop out and trim the batting close to the stitching. If I use the same color as the batting, I won't be able to see it. So this way we have something to go on, and then I just don't take this color out for a while, not until it stitches its actual color that it needs to do, which was on those windows and door. Okay, the next step is going to be to tack down our actual material. Use a non-starch or a starch alternative, like Best Press. Mary Ellen's Best Press is what I use usually. You want to be careful with starch because if you use real starch, I don't know all of them, but a lot of them have ingredients in it that causes bugs to like it, and Best Press does not have that. You don't want bugs in your quilts and stuff, right? Another good one to use is Material Magic if you really want some material that's really stiff. Like sometimes when I'm going to cut material out without giving it a lot of pre-treating, I might use Material Magic on it to get it really stiff. To use in my cutting machine, my scanning cut. We'll use that a different day. Today, with keeping with the theme, I'm thinking I'm going to use vinyl as my cutout so I don't have to actually cut anything out. I could, since the house is just a square and a triangle, I would be fine using material, but I have a lot of vinyl. Let's see what colors we have. So I'm going to cut out some squares of these guys. First it's going to show me where we're going to tack it down. So might as well leave our green in there. Remember, we put that in there because we're going to use that color. This is going to stitch our tack down stitch for our chicken coop. So, I use a non-tape product. I can't remember what it's called. I'll look it up and put it in the list of stuff I include in the video. I promise. It's reusable and it doesn't have any residue because it doesn't actually stick to anything. It sticks to itself. Okay,
So now we're just going to take out our piece of pink and cut a smallish square. And of course I have no, oh yes I do. I was going to say, I don't have any straight up and down scissors, but I do. I lied. Okay, so I kind of look to see how big is this. Now with Sweet Pea, they usually tell you how big to cut things. They are incredibly generous in their sizing, so I don't always cut out the things the way they say, because and then we're just good. Sometimes you can keep this and use it to iron on, but to iron it on with, but I just use a press cloth. Now this is the tricky part. It's going to move around a lot if we don't put some glue on the back. So this is what I do. I take some of this lovely glue. I have a little glue pen. You can buy it at any quilt store or sewing machine store. Again, I'll try to remember to include that in my list of supplies. Okay, so I just put enough, whatever that might be. And I realize my square is not very square-like, but we just need to fit it over those placement lines, see? Over those. And we got that. Doesn't matter if it's a little cattywampus. Is it catty or kitty? Kittywampus? Cattywampus? I think it's cattywampus. What a weird thing. Okay, and then we're just going to start it again. It's going to tack it down. And I have my handy dandy clover, whatchamacallit, always handy. I use it to poke corners out and to hold things in place. So now at this time we could choose to take this off, or, oh, you know what we're going to do? I'm sorry. We're going to go back and stitch this one more time to make this easier to take off. That's what I forgot. So let's go back and do it again. I like to peel away the vinyl when I've done a satin stitch. It just rips right off. But if you do your tack down stitch a couple of times, that helps a lot too. Because what you're doing is you're creating perforations. Then what we need to do is iron the darn thing down before we embroider on it. It does look better, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you. Let's see. Let's get this out. Now, if we just cut to this corner and cut to this corner, ought to. Now, usually I put my finger down on the part I'm going to rip off, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And look at that, voila, it just came right off. It's darn near perfect, I tell you. And we might be able to get away without taking this out of the hoop. Let's try it. I don't know. I'm living dangerously. Oh, look at that. Oh boy. I like it when a plan comes together. Uh-oh. This one's giving us trouble. There we go. The other good reason... Uh-oh. That's not working out. If you have little bits like this, which you probably will if you're tearing it away with just this kind of stitching, if you feel like it's not going to be covered up, then you try to tear them away. I think our stitches are going to cover this up enough that I'm not going to have to worry about it. So I'm not. Now, at this point, I would normally iron this down before I did the next step, but in the interest of not having to do it twice, since I know I have to iron down the roof also, I'm just going to go ahead and stitch on it as we're going to look at this and go, will this little piece fit over here? Why, yes, it will. One more thing that you do have to concern yourself with is if you're doing applique and it's going to touch the edge here over on the where it's going to have a seam, it needs to go over about 1/2 inch if there's no material there. Well, even if there is, because you want the seam of the seam to go along to encompass this material. Ask me how I know. I just did one that I forgot that on one spot. So we're just going to take this scissors and we're going to give it a little room. I like to give it a little room to pull it off when it's time. And there we go. There we have it. I'm going to peel the backing off of the glitter. There we go. I'm just going to throw this part away once again. You can use that when you go to iron it on to the material, because you do not want to iron directly on this. You can, but it won't look as good if you do. Plus your iron doesn't move well. So here I am with my glue. I'm going to be really careful and not get it on my material, I hope. It's not coming off very well. I usually do this on a harder surface. You don't need a lot. I get carried away. There we go. It is a blue glue and it turns clear. But I love that it's blue so that you can see where it is. It's very handy. So we're just going to put it like that. Push it down all around. Oh, so what color are we using? We are going to use, I am going to use Cabernet or Cabernet. We're going to tack it down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, do you see what I see? Ah, there's a wild thread tail amongst us. Let's see if it pulled it down right or not. Probably not, but no, it didn't. It's still hanging in there. Okay. Wild thread tail cutting chalaments. Yeah, there it is. Yep. That was easy. Right. Next is the satin stitch. Ooh, I'm going to have to check my embroidery bobbin. My embroidery bobbin, this is a relatively new machine. I've only had it for less than 2 years, or no, maybe it's been 2 years. But the bobbin minder does not work really well. So this is the first video yeah, I think that looks okay. It kind of looks like a roof. Alright, we're ready to go. We're just going to do our placement stitch now. Alright, now it's not, now it started on its own. What the hell are you doing? Are you broken? I hope not. I hope you're not broken. Is it your battery? Your battery is old. I should put one of the new ones in. New battery time, perhaps. So the GoPro is stopping and starting all on its own. I am not doing anything. I am now putting glue on the back on my table because it's a lot easier to do it on a hard surface. So, okay. Now if it's fabric, you don't usually have to do anything. You just stick it on there and it holds it still, depending on what you're putting it on top of. Usually the static alone will hold it down, and then you just sort of use your clover tool or your purple thing or your finger if you're brave, and you do that. Uh-oh, did it stop again? No? Okay. Did not. Now I'm paranoid. Is it going to stop? So because I need to take the edges off before I stitch it down, unfortunately, I'm going to go around this twice. One. Oops. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I guess it wasn't done. Well, it says the key does not operate when the needle's down. Sorry. Wait. Oh, it's not. Wait, what's it? Oh, okay. I'm cutting that. Boy, oh boy. It was going to do the satin stitch, and we really, so the satin stitch is going to be ziggy-zaggy all over the place. So I need to take the edges off now. So I'm clicking on my go back button on my machine, going back to do that stitch one more time. The go around stitch. One more time. Then okay. So I have to take the hoop out and cut this. I think I will cut it at my table and show you. Okay. So what I like to do is go, I know it's hard to see where the stitching starts, is I like to put a few little cuts into it up to the stitching so I don't have to tear it too much around corners. So, you know, because it'll go to here pretty easily usually, but it doesn't like to go around all the way. So it's better just to sort of do this. Make the little cuts. Okay, so I am tearing and hoping, oh look at that, it worked really well there. We're going to try this one now. As I said, you want to hold your finger close to the stitching and tear kind of up and towards the stitches. That seems to work the best. And don't rip it. You just need to go kind of slowly to make sure you get enough of it. You'll see though with satin stitches, it just comes right off. It's just, oh, here, I'll do that on the silver and we can see it. Okay, we got that one. One day I'll figure out how to do this better so you can see what I'm doing better. But right now, this is what we're going to get. Look at that. That looks pretty good. I see a little bit of a overhang here that I don't think I have to worry about it because other things are going to go here. So that's the nice thing about overlap in some cases. Now we're just tearing this off. I am tearing this off. And there we go. Ta-da! I think that's pretty done. Next, so this does have satin stitch on it, but I still like to cut it up to the corners. Just makes it cleaner. Okay. Now I will, oh, look at how, I mean, it just came off. It doesn't require much. It will just come right off, whoop, and it's a satisfying sound that it makes, don't you think? Whoosh. Whoosh. I like that sound. All right, there we go. And now, roof. Have roof and duck nest. The next, now stitching on the color we're going to stitch on will hopefully make it look more straw-like than gold. It'll look like the gold has been spun into straw. Oh, this would be a good time to iron everything down. I shall go do that. Just a minute. All right. So it should be heated up now. Yep, see? The little dots are green. Oh, one thing I do not do is iron directly on it, so I'm going to cover it up with this guy. You need to be careful not to heat up the sides of your hoop. They'll probably melt. So I just put it on here. I'm heating up the gold. By the way, just keep in mind, I'm sure you know this, but I've almost done it. Don't heat it up before you've gotten rid of the edges. I haven't actually done it, but I've come close. You know, when you're tooling along and you're in a flurry making something, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I want to iron that. All right, so that's it. Okay, back to over here. Going to stitch around. Yep, that's where we're at. That's good. And here we go. Pushing the button. All right. Oh, I love the way that looks. That looks like I thought it might. That's excellent. I like it when that works. Things work. Okay. Oh. Stopped again. So. This is the head of the chicken. Then I think we're going to do its brown body. Yep. We can do a blue chicken if we want, or a purple chicken. Doesn't have to be a brown chicken. I don't know yet. Okay. Let's see. Oh dear. Oh dear. I can't open this. I have to pull the bottom of the thread open and get it, and it's not staying. See? That's a first. It's because it's new. All right. Always put your bottom back in when you put it back up on your thread spools. Ask me how I know. It will get stuck on the bottom as you're flying along. Speaking of flying, I do not go fast on my embroidery machine. Yes, my embroidery machine will do 1,000 stitches a minute or maybe even more, I don't know. But I go the slowest I can. I find I have less problems that way, depending on what I'm doing. But I really hate problems when I'm embroidering so much. So if I can avoid it, I shall. Alright, we are ready. As you noticed, I cut that tail again, just to make sure it was short enough. So this is doing an interesting looking fill stitch. I think it's a fill stitch. Sort of a bunch of satin stitches and fill stitches together, according to the picture. But as I watch it stitch out, it looks like a fill stitch. Me too. Oh, magenta. There we go. We'll go with magenta for Doff's flower. Okay. Next, well, that's an interesting looking chicken, don't you think? I do. I think it's very interesting. Much better than a brown chicken, I'd say. Maybe could have been blue. I'll get more daring next chicken I make. Maybe. We'll see. I say that now. Now, I was going to put this color for its back. I'm rethinking this. I'm thinking, should I make it more different? Something more prettier? Is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Well, now that I put coral on it, other colors aren't going to go as well. Well, I think she has no other color on her is the problem. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with some kind of an orangey color. That's what I'm doing. Some sort of... And is it because that's what they used? Probably. Probably has something to do with it. You know, sometimes you just can't help yourself. Ooh, that's orange. That's really orange. Ooh, that's Halloween orange. In fact, that's what it's called. I think that might be too much. Here's a lighter orange. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's do that. Now this is Lunt Design. I think it's Dime's Exquisite thread, and these spools didn't come with the little popper thing on it, which really annoys me because I think this is annoying. I really prefer the popper. But, so it has this stuff that just sticks to itself. Makes life a little more interesting when trying to use it, and it doesn't have anything else that sticks to. So, I'm going to just take this, stick it over here, and put it in my threader on my machine. Go through all the little holes that you go through, and doop, doop, and thank God for automatic needle threaders. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, push the button. Let's see how that looks. I mean, we're stuck with it, so we have to like it. Now I'm going to change my thread to this lovely color, which is, what is it? Glasses. I have my glasses. Just a minute. Putting them on. And periwinkle. Glide periwinkle. Isn't that lovely? It's not pink. It's not purple. It's not even lavender. It's almost tea rose, but not quite. Okay. Shutting the bottom of it. And then, am I still there? Yes, I am. Taking the red out of here. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little of that off because I don't like how long it is. We're just doing a couple of little eggs. So, there we go. And start. Ooh, you know, I'm going to have to put in new bobbin thread soon. Since my machine is not informing me of that lately, I'm on my own. Uh-oh. The camera is in the way of the bobbin thread drawer. I'll get one from here. I'm good. It's kind of a weird color. Alright. Okay. Well, that came out nice. That's one little lavendery egg. See? There it is. Oh, that's not going to work. Sorry. There we go. Oh, there we go. That is better, I think. Yeah. I'm not going to make you guys watch all of this anyway, but I will figure out how to go fast through it. Right now I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro is what I'm trying to remember how to use. I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm having to watch some videos. Hey. Thank goodness for YouTube. Oh, that looks great together, doesn't it? The blue and the sort of pinkish purple. That's what I'm going to call it, pinkish purple. Well, it's periwinkle. That's a good name for it, periwinkle. That's what they call it. Okay, now we're pulling the blue thread out. Whee! Throwing it away in the trash can. So I have little trash cans. Some I made, some are on the floor. And I think I need more. 3 or 4 is not enough when you have different stations in your sewing area. It's just not enough. So okay, got that. Should we live dangerously and not cut it? Oh, I'm gonna regret it. Hopefully not. Oh, it sucked it in. Oh, no, it did not. See? It did not. But you know what? It's gonna sew right over it. Ah, how Califortune. Very fortunate. Oh boy. So now we're going to do chicken feet. Little baby chicken feet is what we're doing now. It's kind of exciting. We're going to build on those chicken feet. I guess some of it's their beaks. This is a really odd way to do this. Usually the beaks would be done after. And the feet, come to think of it. But we'll see. Hopefully it lines up. That's all we can hope. There's a little thing there. Well, knock on desk so far. That's a lot of little jump stitches. Oh, listen to that squeakiness. Ah. Oh, squeak. Squeaketh. Oh, I see a tail sticking up. See? And then it didn't cut that one. Probably not set to do that. It's probably too short. Okay, taking a chance. Suck it in, let's go. Oh, it did it. It sucked it in. Yay, I like it when it does that. You don't want to see the back of this thing. It's actually not too bad. Oh, actually, yeah, they're not very bad. When the thread gets sucked in, it does make a little bit of a mess sometimes. But we don't really care what it looks like on the other side. Because once I'm done with it, no one will ever see the back again. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, that looks really good. I like it. Oh boy, chickens. Little chickens. Will that show up enough? I think so, because then you put orange on their wings. Let's look at the camera. Yeah, I could go really light and do this. It's sort of a very pale yellow. I don't think that would be as fun. We're going to live dangerously and go with lemon yellow here. Lemon yellow. Okay, next. Well, this will be easy. We're going to do white next. Boring, but true. First, we're going to check out my bobbin thread. I have started the fence. The bobbin was almost out. I stopped just in the nick of time. Whew. My goodness, it was close, very close. This will not take long, it's less than a minute. And then we have to be prepared with another color. I don't want to use pink because pink is right next to it on either side. And we don't want to use dark green or even in green. Maybe a super light blue might work. That would be pretty. Be a very pretty blue bird. See? What this color? I think that works. We're gonna go with that. Look at, I'm gonna be prepared with my colors. How about it? You might wonder, is she always this unprepared with colors? No, she is not. However, I have found after doing so many of these that my colors change so much through the progress of it. I change my mind and I don't like one color or another, and I decide to do something different. So I don't do a lot of planning for color changes in stuff like this, but unless it's critical. The last one I did a Halloween scene. The colors were very critical. It mattered a lot. So I did there was a lot of materials involved, and I did a lot of preparation on that one. That took some time. I have time, so I don't get a lot done every year because I'm kind of slow. Okay. And start. Oh, the next one's going to be little eyes and stuff for the chicken and the bird. That's probably it. The baby chicks don't get eyes. Huh. They're too small, I guess, on the design. Yeah, I like that. That bird is pretty. Oh, then I have to decide what color the bird bath is going to be. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there's blood. Oh, the birds do get eyes or something. It's everywhere. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. See if it does a good job with putting the jump stitches in. This is always interesting.